Welcome to another episode of Married with Video Games. I'm your host, Matthew.
I'm your host, Christina.
And I made my wife play Hades. It was very fun to actually watch you play this game. Cult of the Lamb has created a monster.
It's true. Hades was actually my idea.
It was
your idea. I think if you listen to the Cult of the Lamb podcast, you're like, what else would you be interested in playing? And I think I said Hades.
And you did. And you beat it.
I did beat I escaped.
Once. That's a playthrough.
Yes.
We don't need to, you can just, after that you're kind of like, well, I don't want to keep.
Yes, we did an additional run with the
difficulty up.
Yes, whatever Hades makes you do.
You got to his second phase with like 3 health and got him halfway down with 3 health. So I think you quite improved how well you play that game towards the end of it.
Yeah, a little bit.
just a smidge, right?
A smidge. Just a tiny bit.
So, for all you don't know, Hades is a game where you play as Zagreus, as son of Hades, and you are trying to escape the underworld. The only problem with this said mission of yours is Hades and most of the underworld is out to stop you from accomplishing this. Armed with various weapons, a little help from some of the gods, and you attempt to escape the underworld over and over again, as death is just an inconvenience in this mission. Whenever you die, you just come back to life. I think Zagreus is got a rebirth or something like that. I don't know specifically what god he is in that.
Zagreus, son of Zeus and Persephone, who was destroyed by the Titans, but reborn through the intervention of Zeus he's reborn as Dionysus.
In
actual Greek mythology. Not in this game.
Not in this game. He's a separate person altogether.
Yes.
Interesting. So it's Zeus and Persephone, not Hades and Persephone.
Correct, yes.
I can't say all the god names all the time.
It's fine. It's been a while since we've read Percy Jackson as well.
I can say the Poseidon.
The Poseidon. That's always what I said from SpongeBob every time we got a boon from Poseidon. And you just kept looking at me, and I can't find that clip online anywhere.
And Hades was released on December 6, 2018. We played the Nintendo Switch version for our review. And I'll make the quick comment here is I played it back in 2018. I had to buy that's when we bought the extended memory card for Hades.
Oh, is that when we did?
So we didn't have enough space for it on our system. And I got to Hades a couple times, and I'd never finished the game, and I don't remember why I stopped playing Hades back in the day.
I don't know. We had the same question with Hollow Knight, too. Like, why did we not like it initially? Because it's freaking awesome.
Yeah, and then we played through Hades again, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot more fun for me to watch you play it, though. I played it again, and I still really liked it, but it was really fun watching you play.
Yes, it gave me a lot of Diablo 3 vibes, which was enjoyable because I am a button mashing gamer. That's just what this is. You just push buttons and do things and kill all the bad guys.
We can get to this later, but you start off like that, and it's still a lot of that, but you become a lot more methodical of your methodology.
Yes.
And watching you play, I literally watched you just one fight annihilate you, then the next time around you just crushed it. So it was fun to watch you just go, oh, I get it. I can do this.
Don't just run in blindly and push buttons and hope for the best. Got it.
Yeah. And it was one of those where I go, if you played enough, you could play Nier Automata and be fine.
I could enjoy Nier.
If you really like.
Also, I think it's Nier Automata.
It is. I say Automata, but I think it's Autonoma.
Like automaton.
Yeah, whatever.
Apologies if you listen to that podcast of ours and we just say it wrong the entire time and it annoys you.
I'm going to keep saying Automata because I like the way it sounds better personally, but that's okay. What are the reviews for this game?
So I looked at the Switch version, which is what it originally came out on the PC and Switch, and that was it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes. In 2018, one of the reviews that I found, it was just 2 bosses. The Bone Hydra was the last boss.
Oh, really?
And then that was like the alpha access. And then when it relaunched in 2020 is when you played it. It was this version. Yes.
Understood. Yes. So we didn't even play the original. We played the full launch version.
Correct.
Okay.
And I don't remember why we played it in the first place. But anyway, Metacritic for the Switch version. 93 from critics, 9.0 from users.
That's pretty accurate. Okay.
Okay, so IGN positive. Something that's truly special and unusual about Hades is that Supergiant Games uses these persistent relationships to travel the difficult path of marrying story to gameplay, and in doing so elevates the simple loop of Zagreus' escape into something more than the sum of its parts. Within the world of most roguelites, a failed run is not typically seen as part of the story, but in Hades, a death leads to Zag returning home to mockery, usually from Hades. This transforms something as fundamental as death from a video gamey failure state into in-game world building. Characters remember your triumphs and failures with a staggering amount of incidental dialogue that made me feel like I was constantly chipping away at new content within his story even when I failed. After a while, I no longer feared death. I embraced it as an opportunity to learn and revisit friends back in the House of Hades to see if they have something new to say. There is a lot of content in this game.
There's a lot of dialogue, and there's a lot of dialogue we probably didn't even get to.
Yes.
Because I think you need at least 7 or 8 playthroughs to get...
like the quote-unquote true ending.
Yeah, the true ending, the final ending of the... I call it the final ending at that point.
Yeah, we probably could have played this for 7 to 10 more hours and then been good, but we have several other games we want to play right now. So once I finally beat Hades, it was 3 days of trying. We're like, okay, this is good. Now we can do our podcast.
And it was... the entire time watching you play, there was a very little frustration other than there's some hiccup points that are super annoying, but for the most part the game is straightforward and most of it is on the player after a while, and not the RNG wasn't so bad that no matter what run you had, you still had a decent enough shot, but you kind of knew when you weren't going to make it or not.
Ugh, yes. And you're like, I don't have good boons, but I guess we're going to keep going because I can collect keys and the purple gems and call it good.
Yeah, to level up. So you wanted to push as far as you could anyway to get what you could. And there are much better weapons than other ones to choose from.
Yes. We can talk about the weapons.
Yeah.
Negatives were very hard to find. I found the lowest rated one on Metacritic for the Switch and went with it. So it was Metro Game Central, which I think is UK based.
Okay.
It's not that great, but as with any game that relies on randomly generated maps, you can't help but imagine that it would have been even better if more of it was handcrafted, especially as a lot of the chambers in Hades look rather samey as it is. We also found the art design on a lot of the enemies to be disappointingly unimaginative. They're fine, but lack the same spark of inventiveness that underlines the rest of the game. It also has to be said that this is not something that's very well suited to play in handheld mode, as the graphics already seem small on a TV and the action can be difficult to read on just the Switch's small screen.
I could see that.
Yes.
It would probably be fine on the Steam Deck.
Yeah, Steam Deck has a bigger screen and a clearer screen.
And a more powerful processor
that as well.
To do all that. But I was just thinking out loud on that one.
That was the only complaint I could find out of anywhere. Like even the ones that were ranked at like 85 still were like, this game is awesome.
That's more nitpicky than anything else.
I didn't have any issues with any of the bad guys' designs.
They all looked fine to me. Yeah. Some of them I didn't understand them, but they were just silly and goofy
there
anyway.
There was one witch where I honestly don't even know what they looked like because I killed them so quickly.
Yeah, that happens quite a bit. The chariots are ridiculous.
The tiny chariots that explode
are tough.
And they deal 10 damage.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
When you level up a certain thing, you have 100 health to start. So that's 1/10 of your health from one of those guys.
Yeah, and like there's like 8 of them to start in a chamber, and then more generate. And it's,
Hades is an action arena roguelike with various biomes to work through. Each run offers Each run is random and rewards based off what path you take. Oftentimes it's 2. You get like 1 or 2 paths that you can take. Basically, and you get trinkets, you get benefits. So at the beginning of each run, a random god, a Greek one, mind you, in this case, will give you a boon. So Zeus will give you lightning-based buffs. Poseidon gives you watery ones. Dionysus gave you your alcohol.
My drunken ones. There's also a chance that it might just be Daedalus's hammer, which just increases your weapon's power, or what it does.
Yeah, it's really useful, too.
Is.
That one is one of the most useful, in my opinion. But your combat base is you have a dash, or a dash strike, a regular attack, and each weapon has a special ability that it can do. Instance, the spear, you can throw the spear out. The sword does a circle slash. The gloves do an uppercut. The gun launches a missile, etc., etc. So there's a lot of cool mechanics. So you can kind of find a gameplay that you like and utilize those weapons. And again, when you're getting boons, they actually affect those weapons differently. It's the same effect. Like this will do lightning damage, but it has a different oomph when you're using a different weapon.
Mm-hmm. It really does.
And as you read in the reviews, one of the points I actually typed up is death is not really fully in vain, because every time...
It's not a detriment,
it's
basically.
Not really, no, because you get stronger each run. It's one of the ones that you can level up your stuff. It doesn't make you so powerful that you're going to steamroll every run, but you can you'll get better abilities. You can get an ability. The best one is Defying Death. So whenever you die, you actually come back with a certain amount of health. You'll get better damage to cursed enemies. And when I say is more importantly, each run you'll talk to the characters back in there, like Hypno. I'm calling him Hypno. What's his name?
Isn't it Hypnos?
It's Hypnos. I was thinking of like Pokemon.
Hypnotoad?
No. What's the
Drowsy?
Drowsy. Yeah,
Hypno.
no.
Is it Hypno?
Yeah, but Hades is there, Cerberus is there, Nyx, Achilles is there, and my personal favorite, Medusa.
Yes, Dusa is fantastic. She's like the lounge singer. Who else is there?
She's the one that cleans
Thanatos. But she's always singing. I say she's the lounge singer.
Yeah, because the one that actually supposed to sing doesn't sing.
Yes. Oh my gosh. What's
her muse is Persephone, not Persephone, but
Eurydice.
Eurydice, yeah.
I can't think of their name. I'll think of it at some point.
The court musician does not play music though. And then there's Skelly.
Orpheus.
Yeah, Orpheus.
I knew I would get it.
And then there's Skelly.
Skelly is
you're basically your beat up guy. You beat up a whole bunch.
You're test dummy from Boston.
Mm-hmm. Hey, pal.
Yeah. Hey, a bulldog.
I really, really liked the story of this game. I mean, we played through it once before, so we kind of skipped some of the dialogue, but the dialogue is very well done.
There is so much dialogue. I skipped a fair amount of it because I just wanted to get back to like doing my run, but I always made sure I talked to anybody that had an exclamation point over them when you're in the House of Hades, because I knew like you build relationships. Mm-hmm. And we never made it to the point where we could bring any of them along as companions, and I'm very sad we did not make it to that point.
Yeah, so like for instance, if you do Achilles' whole mission, you'll get him and the guy in Elysium that you have to talk to. They both will join you for a room.
That's awesome.
It's once. I think what happens is an item you can use, and it's once per
biome.
I think it's once per biome.
Okay.
And Hades won't let you use them unless he agrees that it's okay that they jump in. Mm-hmm. But they deal a lot of damage.
I'm sure.
Like, I think they each do 1,500 damage or something like that to targets. Wow. Or something crazy like that. So they do huge amounts of damage. Just as an instance. But you can get, I think you can get Medusa, Megara.
Meg, yeah.
Meg, yeah, you can get her. I don't know if you get all the sisters, but you can definitely get her as one of them as well. Mm-hmm. Stuff like that. And your runs change over time. As you progress farther in, the bosses will change. The most apparent one is the Harpy sisters. They switch around. So first you only think you're fighting Meg, and then you walk into the boss room, and it's a different Harpy. Not Harpy, but Fury.
Yes, Fury.
It's a different Fury with different abilities, and it changes the whole fight up.
Yes.
And it can be easier or more difficult. One of them just keeps saying murder.
Murder. Yeah, she was probably the second best one. She makes the room smaller as well, which isn't too much of an issue. And then the other one, sends out saw blades that target you, and those were really
She was
annoying.
the hardest
She
one.
was the hardest.
Electo.
Yeah.
And then the Hydra, the Bone Hydra.
Bone Hydra.
Depending on what the main head is, dictates how the rest of the battle is going to go.
Yeah, so if he has like the sacks underneath his face, that's the better version of him.
I like the one with the horns.
Yes.
The blue
Is it the horns?
The blue horns is the one where he
Okay.
just does the stomp and things fall from the ceiling.
I rarely got that one on my runs.
Every time I played in mine, that's what I was getting for some reason.
suck.
I don't
I
know.
kept getting the first one where he like makes everything lava.
That's not the first one. The first one's the one that shoots the purple beams at you everywhere. The one that's lava is the worst one.
Yes.
Because he makes your arena so much smaller.
So hard. And all I do is strike dash, and I don't know where I'm going, so I land in lava constantly. I hate that biome. You know I hate that biome. Why are you laughing?
Well, what was your favorite zone?
I liked the look of Elysium, which is the third one. Mm-hmm. But I hated those enemies.
The shield ones are the worst.
Yes, I hated those enemies. I hated all of them except for the chariots. The chariots were fine. The tiny exploding ones were terrible, but like the shield dudes were hard to hit, and even the spear guys. I hate spear guy, which we kept saying a lot from Rise of the Shield Hero. You'd kill them, and then they turn into those black-balled spirits, so you'd have to kill them again. Like, they didn't fight back at you at that point, but, like, you couldn't kill them and then move on to the next guy. You had to kill them, because if you didn't kill those black little spirit globes, they would regenerate, and you'd have to start all over again, and I hated them.
Yeah, every time they would grab a weapon, they could regenerate themselves, and it was rough.
Yes. So, loved Elysium and the look of it, but hated the guys in it.
Would you say the first zone is your favorite
Probably.
as a whole?
Probably.
It's got probably the easiest enemies to deal with, but you don't walk into lava very often, though there are a lot of traps on the floor.
I also didn't mind the last biome,
The enemies there are the worst.
which is Styx, right?
Yeah, you're going through like the chambers of Styx or
The
whatever.
river Styx. Yeah, I honestly didn't mind that, aside from the poison throwing dudes or the poison rats as well.
Once you knew how to deal with it, it wasn't
Yes.
so bad, and you got really efficient with them.
I didn't mind that it was sectioned off into the tiny little chambers, because most of the time there were holes between you and the bad guys, and if you had a long range weapon or something that could reach across, you could just stay on your side.
Yeah, there's nothing they could do to you.
Yeah, and you'd only have 5 to 10 enemies rather than like 15 all hoarding in on you, and you could piecemeal it. And I had that one thing of mine leveled up where I gained 3 health with every new chamber. So for a run and the sticks in one section, I could gain 15 health.
Which was really nice,
Yes.
actually. Least favorite zone, lava.
Yes.
It's just hard to walk around in there.
Asphodel. Yes.
Is that Asphodel?
Yes. First area was Tartarus,
Okay, it's Tartarus, Asphodel,
Elysium, and then Styx.
Styx. Got it. Interesting.
Yeah.
I wish there was like a fifth, but it's technically Hades is the fifth at that point.
Yes, because you make it to the surface.
Who's your favorite boss? I already know what your least favorite is. I have a joke answer for this one.
Okay, what's your joke answer?
Cerberus.
All you gotta do is find a treat bag for Cerberus, and he steps out of the way. It's great.
Yeah, there's no actual fight, because when you first see him, you're like, oh no, I have to
He's
fight
the
him.
original dog from hell. Named Cerberus?
Yeah, thank you. And then he gives you, you give him his treat bag, and he's so
He just
happy about it.
disappears. And Hades is like, he's never let anyone through those doors before. Well, they didn't give him a treat.
That's all they needed.
That's all they needed this entire time. They were stuck in the river Styx listening to Styx. Mm-hmm. It's terrible.
Well, that's why they didn't want to leave. They wanted to leave.
They wanted to leave because they had to listen to Styx. I'm trying to think. I liked Meg.
It's funny because the first couple times you fought her, she whooped your butt.
I know.
And then after that, you would just
like-
smoke her.
Yeah, then it's like, yeah, no big deal. Honestly, I didn't mind Hades once I figured him out.
He was like your favorite? Really?
Yeah, not even frustrating. He just took so long.
He's got a lot of health. And
He's
he
got a
actually
lot of
has
health.
genuinely 2 phases.
Yes, yeah. When you played your run originally back in 2020, we never made it to Hades' second phase. So you were actually out with a friend when I
Got there the first
got
time.
through the first phase with 2 health and lasted 4 seconds in the second phase, and I just texted you and said, well, there is a phase 2. I'm probably Meg as my favorite, with Hades a close second.
It is enjoyable to hear her banter every time you beat her.
Yeah, that's honestly, truly, she's just so sarcastic.
And being pissed off at you.
Yes.
What about... I know your least favorite is Theseus and the bull.
Theseus and the stupid Minotaur. That's not fair that you have to fight 2 of them at once, and they both have a ridiculous amount of health.
Not a ridiculous amount of health.
Theseus has a shield, and if you get him down too low, he calls on his own boons from the gods, and then that targets you, so then you have to avoid his spear. And if you haven't killed the Minotaur, you also have to avoid the Minotaur, who also charges at you, and then you also have to avoid the boons.
You have to kill the Minotaur first, but you're being thrown spears at you.
Yes.
It's almost a guaranteed death defer.
Yeah, you use at least one death deferred. There was one run where I didn't.
Well, the one run, so there's one run, the one that you beat it, you did use one there, but you bought it back.
Yes, I did buy it back at the fountain following.
And you needed all 4. No, you needed 3 of the 4.
I needed 3 of the 4 to beat Hades, yeah.
He's still pretty tough boss.
He is very tough, yeah.
He is less annoying than the Elysium fight, though.
Correct.
In my opinion, 100%. Favorite boon? I already know the answer to this one.
Yeah, the Dionysus ones.
Hangover.
Yeah, the hangover.
It basically puts a stack on enemies, and it deals damage over time based on how many stacks are on there.
Yeah. I also liked, crap, what's her name? The icy one.
Not Demeter.
Yeah, Demeter, yeah. Hers were good, too, because she would chill enemies for you, and that would slow them down.
Yeah, and you could get an upgrade for it to decay, which deals damage on them as well.
Yeah, and there's also, you can get like duo boons where it combines with another god's boons, and like there's so many boons. I'm pretty sure we still haven't even seen all of them.
Yes.
Which at some point I also have the photo that I took of my stats for my one run. Because I think it took me 27 attempts before I beat Hades. And one review I was reading, it took them 31. So I feel really good that I beat somebody who is reviewing the game that reviews games for a living.
I will make 2 comments.
Suck
One,
it.
that's awesome because yes, that is very good. And we also, the biggest joke on the internet is game reviewers don't know how to play games.
That is fair.
But you still did better than them, which means you are more of a gamer than the game reviewers are.
Yeah.
What's your least favorite boon?
Aphrodite.
The heart one?
Yeah.
It's not very useful.
Yeah, it's not super great. Like, she charms the people. So, like, one that I had, because you can have a god's call as well, which is, like, you have to get your god meter up so far. Mm-hmm. And I had an Aphrodite one on one of my runs where I was like, well, I know I'm not going to make it with this. And I never found another, like, call to replace it with, so I was just stuck with that. And it just, like, targeted the people in your general area, and I think it just kind of, like, did some damage to them. It wasn't, like, noticeable.
Yeah, she was just okay.
Yeah. Sorry, Goddess of Love.
And Hermes were okay, in my opinion. He just makes you faster.
Yeah, he does speed things, which makes sense, because it's Hermes.
All right, a couple more. Favorite character? Other than Zagreus, I should say.
He is everything I love in a character. Good looking, sarcastic.
British.
Honestly, that's actually a comment I wanted to make. He's basically Lucifer, Morningstar from Lucifer.
That's what he sounds like,
He's
actually.
legitimately, yeah. I like Tom Ellis, too. I just like British people. It's fun.
He did a really good job,
Yeah,
actually.
that voice actor did a really good job with Zagreus. Kudos to him.
Yeah, so who is your favorite person you would talk to?
I liked Meg because she was also sarcastic.
And punky and pissed
Punky,
off that
yes,
you beat her.
and yes.
I think you used to date, so
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
For me it's always Dusa.
Yeah, you always were like, talk to Dusa. Like,
she's-
yes, she's over there. I see her.
She's always and then she gets freaked out every time she talks to you.
She's so flustered seeing you.
Yeah,
She must also like British people.
She
British men.
She likes British gods apparently. So, but she's every time she sees her, she's like, oh, and then she flies away.
Hello, Prince. I have to go clean the ceilings, and then just flies off, and he's just like, okay.
All right, see you later, Dusa.
One of them is like, bye.
She's just so funny. And at the end, I think you got your friendship high enough for her. She wasn't running from you anymore.
Yes, yeah, she would just like nervously talk to me, but not fly away.
Which made me really happy.
It's very cute.
I also really like Nyx.
Yeah, you really liked Nyx. I'm trying to think. I liked Thanatos at first because he would just show up and you'd have like a dueling chamber to see who could kill more bad guys. But then he just got really annoying towards the end of my runs.
What's the guy that pushes the boulder? I like him too because he gives you good boons.
Yes, IGN talked about him because they're like, they take his story and he's like this like super optimistic dude that's like, oh, I'm still just pushing this boulder. I'll make it someday.
Yeah.
What is his stupid name? I don't know my Greek mythology that well. He's fun, and I liked Eurydice as well.
Who's the guy that refills your death deferred?
Yes,
That's Achilles' friend.
Patroclus?
Yeah, something like that. They're all pretty good. All the ones you find out in the world are pretty good. They do something. Each zone gives you something different. I didn't really have a ton else to add on here other than this game. I really like, after you played Cult of the Lamb, how do you feel about this versus Cult of the Lamb? Like, when you're doing your runs in Cult of the Lamb, how do you feel about this one versus that? Because this one is just
the dungeon runs.
Yeah, you're not doing, other than talking to people
Yeah.
and leveling up some stuff, you're just doing dungeon runs.
Yes. I liked how short the runs were for Cult of the Lamb, where like if it was like 9:40 at night, getting close to our bedtime because we're old people, I'd be like, oh, I can do one more because it would take 10 to 15 minutes max. Whereas with Hades, it's all procedurally generated or randomized or however you want to say it, where like you might go through 10 to 12 chambers just in one biome, and then if you beat that boss, then you can go to the next biome. Granted, you could quit whenever you wanted. You could save and come back to whatever chamber you were in.
Yeah, you mid-run. Apparently, I had to save mid-run in my last one that I was playing.
Yes, because you're like, see where I was, and yeah, you were in the middle of a run. So my run where I beat Hades took me 32 minutes and 28 seconds. I did it with the twin fists.
Was that your favorite weapon?
That was my favorite, favorite weapon. So you have 6 weapons. You have the Stygian Blade, which is not what you start with. You start with the bow.
No, you start with the blade.
You start with the blade? Okay. And then you get the bow. Yes, okay. So you have the Stygian Blade, the Eternal Spear, which was your weapon of choice. Mm-hmm. Shield of Chaos, which...
I really like that one a lot now.
You did a really good run in my game with it. Just like, oh, let me buy this and see how I do. And then you made it to, like, the boss at Elysium. Like, okay.
It's actually pretty good, but you were better with the fists.
I was better, yeah. Heart-Seeking Bow.
Which is awful.
Twin Fists, and then the Adamant Rail, which was the gun. I had a really good run with the gun, and I thought that was going to be my weapon, and then the next couple runs were not good.
You have to get the one where you don't need to reload, otherwise it's not great.
Yes, so I had the Twin Fists of Malphon was my weapon of choice.
And you smoked with that one.
Smoked butt with that.
Well, the Dash Strike is good. The Uppercut gets a pull with the upgrade.
Yes, so
it's just good.
I'm looking at my other stats. So with the it wasn't Demon's Blood.
Titan's Blood.
Titan's Blood, thank you. The Titan's Blood, you could do different aspects to your weapon. So I had aspect of Talos. So my gauntlets became magnetic cutter. I could pull enemies towards me and then uppercut them. It was fantastic. Then I had 2 duo boons. So your foe's ranged attack projectiles are 50% slower.
That was really useful.
That was
the
third boss,
freaking
Theseus and his stupid spear.
Oh, even the Minotaur shoots stuff at you.
Yes.
And it moves half speed. It's amazing.
And then I had, if you have no death defiance, your hearts slowly recover, and it was 1 heart every 0.8 seconds.
That's really good.
Which I technically never needed.
You never got to that point.
Yes.
But it would have been nice because you could have just run from Hades for a while to refill your thing.
Yes. This is actually funny. Okay, so I also had the hammer was your attack deals +5 base damage for each consecutive hit to a foe. And this was the one where I ended up I think I saw Patroclus right before, and I still had all my death deferred, so I did the Cyclops jerky, which gives your attack an extra 60% damage, and it was for 10 encounters. And we're like, oh yeah, going through all the different things, we didn't make it to Hades. I had one encounter left with it.
So you had it for Hades.
So I had it for Hades.
That's really nice, actually.
I can't believe I had it for Hades. I'm so happy. That makes me happy. Yeah, this was a really fun game.
Encounters are actual fights. So if you go into a room with Chiron, the boatman,
Charon,
his shop, or if you go into a room where they're not fighting anything, it doesn't count as an encounter.
A fountain, or if you find Eurydice, or as I keep wanting to call her, Eurydice.
Yes. Yeah, you can get through. So encounters are fights only. So you had a little bit more leeway there.
Yes. I was just going to say something else, and now I don't remember. And there's a thing about the upcoming new Daredevil might be rated MA, and now I got distracted on my computer.
A lot of people, well, we'll go, that doesn't matter. I was going to say people were upset that they were making it too lighthearted, is what they were complaining about.
No, that was fun in She-Hulk.
But that they thought that's what they were going to do with the new one.
I mean, he still can be fun. It doesn't have to be all Kingpins crushing people's skulls in a car door.
No, I know. But I think people really liked that aspect of Daredevil, and they didn't want it to just disappear.
They can find a way to balance it, and I'm sure they will.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just saying the complaint. I
know.
Care. For me personally, they can do whatever they want.
What was I going to say about this? Oh, so this did not win Game of the Year in 2020, but it did win Best Indie. Everybody actually thought it was going to sweep at the Game Awards, and it did not. I was rooting for it to do so because we had a lot of fun playing it.
It's really good. Honestly, it's worth your time. Would you... Well, let's do the score. 1 out of 10, what would you say your score for this game is?
I would give it a 9.
Yeah, I'm actually exactly the same as you on this one.
I gotta... Hold on. Where's our spreadsheet where I tackle everything?
I want to know what your Cult of the Lamb was.
Master list of game rankings. I normally have this open.
That's okay.
I would say Cult of the Lamb was like a 7. Cult of the Lamb, I gave it an 8. You gave it a 6. So let's do Hades. Everybody can hear me type. We both said 9. Yes. Yeah. Almost a 9.5. No,
Yeah.
I feel good with a 9. Like a solid 9. It's a fantastic game. There were some runs where I had like the perfect amount of boons or increases to my weapons where I could just button mash and do whatever, and it just felt like Diablo. Like there was so much stuff going on that I wasn't sure what I was doing and what enemies were doing, and like that controlled chaos was so much fun in Diablo and just as much fun in Hades.
It's really good. It's more chamber arenas than it is open world like Diablo, like open area like Diablo.
Correct.
So please give it a shot if you've not played this game. It's fun. You can get through the game pretty quick. And there's a lot of story. If you're really into story, this is a game you can play over and over and over and over and keep getting more build on the story.
I didn't have any of my relationships high enough in the House of Hades for any of them to be my companions.
And you probably could have kept giving nectar to one person to level them up faster. It's probably what you were supposed to do, but we were just having fun.
We were. This was also stretched our Switch to the limits halfway through playing the couple weeks that I played, not, game-wise. I would start up our Switch and start playing, and then it would just get really loud and make clicky noises, so I would have to beat whatever chamber I was in, save, exit out, fully shut down the Switch, let it sit for 15 seconds, and then turn it back on.
Breath of the Wild 2 is going to crush our poor system.
Yeah, we might have to, unfortunately, upgrade
Get OLED
to the OLED. I'm hoping maybe in, January or February they do a Nintendo Direct and announce, a Switch 2.0.
Yeah, or we'll just get the Tears of the Kingdom,
Tears of the Kingdom, I think it is.
Upgrade or edition at that point.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, the OLED edition of that. Yeah, everybody. I mean, we have a few other games underway. I'm playing Evil West right now.
Yeah, you started last night.
And then I'll probably play the Callisto Protocol before I play God of War. Mm-hmm. Mainly because I know I'll beat Evil West pretty fast.
Yeah, it's only like 12
I
hours,
don't imagine
15 hours.
Yeah, and I don't imagine the Callisto Protocol will be a 30, 40-hour game. It's probably going to be like a Resident Evil where you play through, you can beat it in 10, 15 hours the first run, and then
And keep doing runs. Okay.
if you want to, and then God of War is going to be 25 to 60 hours is what it's going to be. I think they said 25 to 40, but maybe it's longer than that.
How long to beat? How long to beat.com. Main story 23 hours. Main and sides 35. Completionist 48 and a half.
Okay, so I'll be closer to the 30-hour
Yeah, you'll
mark.
be 30 hours.
So just we're trying to get a couple more games in before the holidays.
I will also figure out our 2022 roundup
Yeah,
that we can do as
we'll
well.
do that as well. So we'll probably have a few more podcasts before the year's end.
Look at us.
I know. I mean, we're actually enjoying games again, though. There's a long period.
Horizon Forbidden West was a good game. It came out at the wrong point in time,
And it was such a slog.
It never rebounded in our minds, unfortunately.
No, it was a slog to get through, unfortunately. We still love you, Ashley Birch. You're one of the best. So you want to be on our podcast? Jake Baldino will take you, too.
Yes, both of you.
At the same time. That would be the best podcast ever. Anyway, guys, if you want to reach out to us, we're at Gaming Marriage on Twitter or gamingmarriage@gmail.com. If you have game suggestions, anything like that, we would love to hear you, and we'd love to give a game a shot. All right, have a good one.
Bye.